Hello, hello. Okay. I'm gonna be real with everybody there. My computer kind of just like said, "Hey, we're having problems and need to restart, so we're gonna do it right now." But there was like an error or something. Very weird. Never had it happen before. No mas. No mas indeed. Yeah, it was interesting. I've never had that happen before. But yeah, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I don't know why that happened. Um, but moving on. Let's play some fucking Fortnite. Let's play some fucking. Oh, we gotta let it. We gotta let it do its thing. Yeah, sorry about that. I really don't know what that was, but my whole computer just restarted, turned back on, and I really I'm not tech savvy enough to know. That's my first computer problem since I screwed back in my graphics card or tightened my graphics card a little bit. It's okay. It happens. One of these days I have to go to Walmart and go get one of those compressed air things and just go through my whole all my stuff and just get all the dust out of it, you know? I'd probably, even if that wasn't the reason why that happened, it's probably time. All right. Now. Now. Here's what I'm going to do though. Change. We're going to play ranked mode. So it puts us against everybody that's as good as us. That's what we're going to do. And before we start, I need to chill for a sec because that really, I'm not gonna lie, that really fucked me up. The whole computer crashing thing. I was like, what the hell? Because it just froze there for a second. So let's just take a second and relax. We're in no rush. Same amount of stream, just in two different parts. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, right, Viva, but we were talking about the game we're playing next. Never heard of it? Perfect. I don't have. That sucks. You should do it when you come to Michigan. Yeah. There you go. Are you gonna smoke or are you gonna do edibles? Because I'm not gonna. So I've had mixed reviews of using I have mixed reviews of using edibles, but the last couple of times I used edibles, I felt great. I'm not gonna lie. Smoke, hell yeah. But I was about to say the second part of that. Smoking by far is much more fun to me personally. But that's just my opinion. I also just like smoking. I've been a smoker for a while, whether it was nicotine, and then now just the good old herb, good old medicine. Nicotine's so hard to get off of, though. Fishing is probably be entertaining. Hell yeah. I have yet to get stoned to go fishing yet, but I imagine it's probably one of the best times ever because it just makes you more patient. Ooh. Oh. I remember once, Viva, I got so stoned, me and some friends, we were like, this is before COVID, by the way, but we were like chain smoking blunts. We smoked like 3 blunts, like chain smoked them. And I was so high. And at the time I was in a relationship, and she was so high that she needed ramen noodles. She wanted me to make her food, so I started boiling some water to make her noodles. And I gotta tell y'all, the noodles, like not the noodles, but the water boiling, I watched the water go from nothing to a boil like it was a movie. I felt like that shit was closed caption, like crazy. Like I was just staring at it. And I had a friend of mine, Leslie, she was like, she was watching, she was just laughing at me. She was like, you were like watching that water, bro. And I was like, oh no. I was like, you don't understand. It was so intense. Oh, 20 more minutes, chat. 20 more minutes. Wait. We'll play with this. We'll play with without a camera for this one. Yeah, that's the best part. It's one of the best parts about smoking. Sometimes things are just really funny. Sometimes things are really emotional. It just makes everything better, in my opinion. Nick Diaz from the Diaz brothers from MMA. They've been big proponents of smoking and just weed in general for years before it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Before it was even legal, probably. It definitely in the UFC. The UFC just made weed legal, like legal to use. Like like THC can pop up on a drug test now, and they won't get in trouble for it. But before that, Nick Diaz had a 5-year fine for smoking weed before a fight, and like he's had fights overturned because of smoking weed. And so, fuck. This guy's gonna make this part. Oh boy. He was Diva. He went to Japan and fought this one guy. I can't think of his name, but they obviously had to take like blood tests and stuff. They took blood tests of this guy afterwards, and he had the amount of weed that was in his system. He had to have been stoned out of his fucking mind during the fight. He had to have been. And guess what? He fucking won by submission. It was a tough fight. No, behind me. Oh, GG's. I almost got his ass. Unfortunately, you can't ready up into a new game after arenas. Hey, I was putting work in right there. Oh, the tack, yeah, tags. Oh, you gotta hold it. My dad used to work at a ski resort. He said he would ski high sometimes and it would make him better at it. It would definitely make you better at stuff. Well, I mean, I personally think it does. I work out stoned all the time. I mean, y'all, you know that. But yeah, it just makes me, I feel like I'm more in tune with my body. But yeah, Nick Diaz, he had one of the best quotes. He was like, when he was talking to like a fighting interview, he was in like an interview or whatever, and he was talking about his like smoking. He was like, man, like every fighter should smoke because it makes everything better. And he's like, you gotta cut weight, it makes cutting weight better. You gotta be hungry, it makes being hungry better. It makes everything miserable about fighting, or like it makes the perseverance of, you know, hard shit, it makes it easier, it makes it less it makes it more palatable. It makes everything more palatable. I think that's the best way to describe it. It makes things palatable that wouldn't have been palatable otherwise. It can change perspectives. It's just cool. Yeah, every state's different when it comes to that stuff. So silly. Alright, this is the game. This is the game. Oh. We'll not hot drop this time. Oh wait. There we are. got a bad drop. There's definitely people under us. Oh, I missed. What? I pressed it. Oh, we're not in a good spot. We're going to this place. What the fuck? Oh, there's people there. I'm about to take this truck and leave. Oh. I got him. Oh. Don't you do it? Oh. Oh. No. I missed. What is my life? What is... Oh. Oh.
Protect me, Squire!
Oh, damn. My dream fire would have to be the Tech 9. We won't hot drop. Yes, we will. Listen. Sometimes you just go. Whether you mean to or not. GG's. I tried my best. All right, Chad. Last game before breakfast. I'm gonna make it count. We're gonna land somewhere not hot. I'm gonna listen to my mind this time and not my instinct to send it. All right, I'm gonna try to listen to my logical part of my brain for once in my life. All right.
We're gonna win!
Yeah, we're right, little robot. You tell them. Tell them they ugly too while you at it. I should try to aim high. I'll probably end up with some Bob Ross shit. Hell yeah, do it. Do it. Try it. Why not? You should bring equipment while you're in Michigan, and you'll have access to both. Oh. You motherfucker. You. I got it. You suck. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Enough fucking around. We gotta win a game. Misty Meadows is pretty good. I remember this place pretty. I remember this place is pretty good. Oh, and it actually might help to have both headphones in. I didn't even think about that. Oh, I should probably stop drawing. That might help. That might help me be able to hear things, maybe just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Let's get some tofu dinners. Hey. I hit this? No. Wait, what was that? Oh, a blue one.
If we win, you have to come to my birthday party.
Oh. I didn't see that. Oh, GG's. I need... Wait, I just see a guy drop? I'm being targeted. Nice. You mean the scrap comes to me? I didn't even gotta go. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. What the fuck is going on? Aw, GG's. What's your eye color? Blue. I have blue eyes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. With that beautiful win out of the way, we'll come back to more Fortnite. I still want to try to get a win. I think I could do it. I just gotta not suck. With that said, what's your favorite color? Probably green. I like green. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and go get breakfast. If you have any video recommendations, you can put them in the Discord, and I'll check them out and see if I want to watch them while I eat. But I'll be right back. All right. All right. Oh, I know what we're gonna watch. Uh, well, maybe not. Let's watch some Vsauce. Oh, let's do this one. All right.
Hey, Vsauce. Michael here. Do you want to see the most illegal thing I own? It's a penny from 2027. That's right, it is a piece of counterfeit US currency. Or is it? There are no 2027 pennies today, which means that this is a counterfeit of an original that doesn't exist yet. I mean, sure, if you didn't look at the date, this could pass as real, but will it not truly be counterfeit until 2027? Well, what we do know is that its novelty has a lifespan. It's really cool to show people today. It's a penny from the future. But in 2027, it will become indistinguishable from a common penny, and it will cease to be as interesting. I cannot tell you where I got this, but the point is, I can break the law. I am free. Perhaps not free from punishment, but nonetheless, here we are. The thing is, though, I cannot break the laws of physics. Nothing can. Why? Today, I want to look at the lawful behavior of spinning. Let's start with a physics classic. As a spinning ice skater pulls their body in closer, they spin faster and faster. It's really cool, but what is accelerating their rotation? What is pushing them around faster and faster? You can try this at home with a chair that spins and some really heavy books in both hands. Now, to get started spinning, I'm gonna have Jake give me a push. But I don't need Jake. No, watch this. With him gone, I can nonetheless speed myself up by just pulling the books in. If I move the books out, I slow down. Somehow, pulling the books in speeds me up around. Now, if you look up why this happens, you'll probably be told that it is because of the conservation of angular momentum. The conservation of angular momentum. I love demonstrations of it, and this is one of my favorites. This is a Hoberman sphere, a toy that collapses and expands. Doesn't it sort of remind you of me with the books far from my body and then the books close to my body, and it behaves in much the same way. I need to give it some angular momentum to start, but once I do, if I bring all of that mass towards the axis of rotation, it speeds up, and then it slows down. And then it speeds up, and then it slows down. Speeds up, slows down. I love this. Thank you, conservation of angular momentum. But what are you?
Oh, we have a special report. We're going out to the field with our special reporter, Colin Mockery.
Well, if you look it up, this is what you will find. For a particle in circular motion around some center of rotation C, the angular momentum of the particle is defined as the product of the particle's mass, the particle's instantaneous velocity, v, and the particle's distance from the center of rotation, r. mvr. This is angular momentum. If you divided me and the chair and the books I'm holding into a bunch of tiny little particles and found the MVRs for every one of those particles and summed them all up, you would have the angular momentum of the entire system of me, the chair, and the books. But notice that this is just a mathematical expression combining three different measures. It's not a physical substance you could pull out of a particle and hold in your hand or put in a jar and study. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know, taking like my weight and multiplying it by the number of countries on Earth and then multiplying it by the time. However, unlike something like that, this concept is really useful because we have found that in our universe, over time, it is conserved. If the particle is pulled towards the center of rotation, its R value will go down, but angular momentum is conserved, so one of these other variables must go up. Well, at low speeds, mass is essentially constant, so the only option is for the velocity of the particle to increase, for the particle to spin around faster than it was before. If the R value gets smaller, the velocity must get larger, or else a law has been broken. But how do atoms and molecules know to follow this law? I mean, is there some kind of physics police force in the universe bullying everything into compliance? How do all the atoms I pull in know to speed up, and why do they always obey? Are laws like embodied presences guiding matter around? No. I have with me right now three things: a lamp, a nail, and a shadow. Gotcha! I actually have four things with me. The fourth is Ink's astonishing ruler designed by Vsauce. If you're subscribed to the Curiosity Box, you already have one, or it's on its way to you. And if you're not subscribed to the Curiosity Box, well, you're missing out on the fruits of my mind. I have always wanted a ruler like this, so I made one, and now I and you can have one. It is exactly 1 light nanosecond long, which means that this is the distance light travels in a vacuum during 1 billionth of a second. If I hold my hand just that far away from my eye, I am seeing my hand as it was 1 billionth of a second in the past. Pretty
Whoa.
cool. Now, this ruler allows you to measure lengths of things in light picoseconds, sound microseconds, micro-Everests, that's 1 millionth the height of Everest, beard fortnights, decimal inches, and of course, good old centimeters. Now, if you asked me, hey, Mike, why is the shadow of the nail 4.5 centimeters long? Well, I would say, who's Mike? But then I would be helpful, and I would answer that the length of the shadow is caused by the height of the nail and the position of the light source. And that's a pretty good explanation, because if the nail were taller, and or if the light source were lower, the shadow would be longer. Or if the nail were shorter, and or the light source was higher, the shadow would be smaller. Now, these three measures, the nail's height, the light's position, and the shadow's length, are all related mathematically, such that if you gave me only 2 of them, I could figure out the third. Always. So I could declare this relationship to be a law, but that does not mean that the law causes them to all have the measure that they do. For example, if you asked me, hey, why is the nail 6 centimeters tall? What causes the nail to have that height? Well, if I said, well, the nail's height is caused by the shadow's length and the light's position, you'd be like, as if. Am I right? I mean, sure, we can figure out the nail's height by knowing about the shadow and the light, but that does not mean that they are causing the nail to have the height that it does. To know why the nail is 6 centimeters tall, we'd have to ask whoever manufactured it or whoever sets nail standards or whatever. The point here is that we should not confuse relationships, laws, with causes. Explanations that involve the causal reasons for things are often better. But what is an explanation? Well, that's easy to answer. Explanations help us understand things. But what does it mean to understand? Does it mean to not stand up fully? Or does it mean to stand underneath and to look at from below? If I can understand something, can I also
Oh, I feel so much better. I was so fucking hungry.
overstand something? Well, as it turns out, the under in understand does not mean beneath or below. Instead, it means inside, to stand surrounded by, to be a part of. Now, this sense of under is quite common. For example, when you say, well, under
My
those
brain hurts.
circumstances, you don't mean, well, when those
I
circumstances
think this
are
is really
overhead
interesting.
and I'm under them. Instead, you mean if I find myself in those circumstances. And that is how under is used in understand. To understand something is to stand in the midst of it, to be part of it, and to be within it. And that is helpful to keep in mind. I cannot walk into something that's crumpled up and closed off. To truly understand something, it needs to be opened up for me, unfolded. And that is what an explanation should do. The word explain literally means to flatten, plane, out. Explain, to make flat. Now, if you'll
Wow.
excuse the analogy, if this is a story I want to read, and it's all crumpled up, a physical law basically just tells me a summary of the story. It'll tell me how the story ends, what language and grammatical rules were used to write it. But an explanation will flatten the page out and allow me to see the details, an actual word, and the word that follows it, and so on, all the way through. So let's unfold the phenomenon of me speeding up my rotation when I pull the books in and find a
It's very
physical,
true.
mechanical cause for that increased rotation.
Very good at
I have here
layman's
two
terms
different
and
circular
analogies.
motion paths around the center of rotation, which we'll call C. Now, when a particle is traveling in this outer ring and is suddenly pulled in, it doesn't stop moving around and suddenly just go right in. Instead, it takes a bit of a curved path like this. Now, this is really interesting because in order for a particle to be in circular motion, it must have two things. It must have, put the particle there, it must have a velocity that is tangential to the path, but it must also have a centripetal force, a center-seeking force that always points towards the center of rotation. Now notice that these two arrows are at a right angle to
Like
each other.
gravity.
So the centripetal force is not speeding up or slowing down the particle, it's just changing its direction constantly. Ta-da, circular motion. However, when the particle is pulled in and it follows this curved path to this inner orbit, its instantaneous velocity is no longer perpendicular to the centripetal force. Its tangential velocity, tangent to that curve, is going to look something like this. But notice that now the centripetal force is no longer at a right angle. The force that is changing that particle's direction is no longer at a right angle to its velocity. Instead, if this is the normal to its velocity, the centripetal force is pulling the particle forward ahead in its rotation, speeding up its rotational velocity. So as you can see, I speed up when I pull the books in because when I accelerate the books towards myself, I'm not just accelerating them towards myself, I'm also accelerating them
You're changing
around.
the angle
Now,
of the
likewise, if a
velocity. You're
particle
making the
were
angle more
to
acute.
Be pushed
It makes sense.
out from an orbit like this into a larger orbit, it's gonna not, it's not gonna do this. It's not gonna time to go here, woink, straight line. No, it's gonna go like this. Okay, I'll go to the larger orbit.
Yeah, I have no idea about any of. I don't know. I either get it or I don't, I guess. When it comes to quantum physics and all that, Or not, maybe not even quantum physics, just physics in general.
But look, now, on this line, the particle's instantaneous velocity is something like this, and the centripetal force is not perpendicular to that line. This is, let me give that a little V. Oh yeah, nice labeling. All right, so, oh wait, now you can see it. Whoops. All right, so this is the one we're talking about though. This is the one that matters. All right, so the normal to that velocity might be like this. So now notice that the centripetal force is actually working against the velocity of the particle.
And it slows down.
So, of course, it slows down. When I move the books further out, my rotation slows down because moving them out is also decelerating them. Now, this is why it is harder to pull your arms in when you're spinning than when you're not. Because you're not just moving your arms into yourself, you're also accelerating them in the direction of their rotation. Not only is the magnitude of angular momentum conserved, so is the direction. But what is the direction of something's spin? Well, it seems easy enough, right? Look at this. What's the direction of its spin? Clockwise. Or is it? Someone standing on the other side would say that it was traveling counterclockwise. Now, interestingly, this means that if you were to ask the face of a clock which way its hands spun, it would say counterclockwise, of course. In order to unambiguously differentiate the direction of rotation, we need a tool that has no axis of symmetry in any of the three spatial dimensions of our universe. And luckily, I've got a tool just like that in here. I've been keeping it fresh.
Perspective.
And,
I'm guessing perspective.
Oh, there it is. It's my right hand. A human hand is asymmetrical in the X, Y, and Z directions. We've got thumb, no thumb, wrist, fingertips, palm, knuckles. Now, because of this property, if we orient two pairs of opposite sides in a particular way, the one remaining pair will be locked. Now, my fingers can only really curl in the palm direction, on the palm side. So, if I have my fingertips in the direction of a wheel's spin, curled such that an object on that spinning object travels from my wrist around to my fingertips, well then my thumb will only point in one direction, no matter which side I'm on. From behind, this is now going clockwise, but the right hand rule still puts my thumb backwards. That's very cool. We call the direction that the right hand thumb is pointing the direction of the wheel's angular momentum. But we could also use the left hand. We'd get opposite directions than the right hand gives us, but so long as we all agree to use the same hand,
But the principle is still...
we will all always be on the same page. But as it turns out, of course, the right hand was chosen, and so determining the direction of angular momentum and velocity is called the use of the right hand rule. Okay, so now that we know how to find the direction of angular momentum, we can explore how that part of it is also conserved.
That's interesting, because in that analogy, I guess it, I mean, I'm just guessing here, but I guess there's laws that still apply even in different perspectives, and even if both perspectives are right.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking. That's
interesting.
because I wanted it to be really massive, so I wrapped a chain around it. I'm not sure it's really that safe, but oh man, is the effect good. All right, now let's say that, I gotta have my right hand free, let's say that I start spinning the wheel like this. The direction of its angular momentum can be found using the right hand rule. I curl my fingers in the direction of rotation so that something on the wheel is going from my wrist to my fingertips, and I look at which way my thumb is pointing. Well, it's pointing up. Let's call up the positive direction. I don't know the magnitude of the angular momentum of the wheel right now, it's some number, but let's just call it L. And since it's up, we'll call it positive. I could call it negative. All that matters is that I can differentiate one direction from the opposite. All right, wonderful. So notice that if I spun the wheel this way, I'd have to turn my right hand over to curl my fingers properly. Now my thumb is pointing down, so this would be negative. Let's call the magnitude of this wheel's angular momentum L, positive L. Well, if I got the wheel spinning so that it had an angular momentum of positive L, if I then turned it upside down, its angular momentum will have changed direction. It would have swapped from being positive L to negative L. However, if nothing else is interfering, that can't happen without angular momentum being conserved. So what plus negative L is positive L, our original? Well, positive 2L. And that is what we will see happen. If I spin this wheel like this, such that it has an angular momentum of positive L, and then I turn it upside down, something else will have to have an angular momentum of positive 2L. So like imagine my thumb being twice as long. What is that something else? Well, it'll be me in the chair. This is very cool. So let's make sure we know what's about to happen. I'm gonna spin the wheel this way, then I'm going to turn it upside down, and so I'm going to see myself in the chair wind up rotating this way. I'll rotate that way. All right, so what I'm gonna do is have Scott step in and give this wheel a nice, healthy spin in that direction. So it has an angular momentum of positive L. I'll take my foot off the ground when he's done, so I'm in more or less isolated system, and I'll turn the wheel upside down and I should go that way. Whoa! Angular momentum is conserved. That's pretty cool, but the conservation of
That's
angular momentum,
fucking
either
crazy.
its magnitude or its direction is not why turning the wheel upside down spun me this way. Whoops, I kicked my empty cup container. Anyway, what caused me to move? Well, if you do this yourself, you will feel the handles of the wheel literally pushing you, putting a torque on your body. And it has everything to do with a concept I have covered in my spinning video and my video on Ding about Euler's disk. If the wheel isn't spinning and I push it down right here, it'll tilt like that, right? Not very surprising. That's the kind of tilt we would expect. But when the wheel is spinning, all the pieces of matter out here, well, they all have some velocity before I hit them. For example, when a piece of matter on the wheel is out here, it's moving backwards. And when I push it down, it doesn't suddenly stop moving backwards. The wheel doesn't stop. Instead, the pieces I'm pushing are now going to go backwards, as they already were, and down. So they go backwards and down, and then they come back up, and the entire wheel is found to tilt this way, towards me, 90 degrees ahead from where I actually pushed it down. A push down here causes the wheel to move like this. A push down here would cause the wheel to tilt like this. A push up here would cause the wheel to tilt like, let's see, 90 degrees ahead in the rotation, like this. And this is exactly what I'm doing when I turn the wheel upside down. So when I put a torque on the wheel to turn it while it's spinning like this, the wheel actually turns this way. But I have two hands holding it. My left hand winds up getting pushed backwards and my right hand pulled forwards. That puts a torque on my body, which causes me being pushed back here and
Oh, it's creating that
here,
angle he was
causes
talking
me
about.
to be turned.
This is some
So I
crazy
turn
shit, I know,
this
right?
way, the way that we saw in the demo in the chair. And that is the physical origin of the phenomenon we just witnessed.
Wow.
The key point here is that nothing you have seen happen today happened because of the conservation of angular momentum. Physical laws don't cause anything to happen, but plenty of things are demonstrations of their truth. Now don't get me wrong, I love physical laws. They truly do represent a conquering of mystery. When we find a way to project definite numbers onto reality and make predictions, that's amazing. But not coupled with causal, mechanical, physical explanations, their generality can come across like magic. Now magic is fun for sure, but congruences between mathematics and reality? Oh, now that's a sweet nectar. In mathematics, we get to make the rules, pick the axioms. We can even decide what kinds of reasoning are allowed or not. And after doing so, we get to play around and see what happens. Mathematics is the playing of games. Science is finding out what game you're playing. And we still don't know what game we have found ourselves in, but we should keep wondering and never be happy until we get answers that satisfy us. Stay curious, and as always, thanks for watching.
That was sick. Let's check out what Viva put in Discord, and then we'll go back to game. If also just wanted to let y'all know, if y'all go into Discord and y'all go under Fight Talk, and and see my man and see what Logan put in Fight Talk. It's my man's Derek Lewis, probably the funniest UFC fighter. He's so funny. I'll give you a example. They asked him about the NASA, the whole landing on Mars thing, and he was like, "They spent too much money on that, man. They could have opened up more Popeyes chickens all over the world." He's from New Orleans, and he's so fucking funny. No, he's from New Orleans. He's from Louisiana. He lives in Texas now, but he's a professional. He's a heavyweight UFC fighter, and he's so funny. He's so funny. He's one of my favorite people, and he also has a fire Instagram. What was I doing? Videos.
Today tastes like a piece of the action.
Another cleaning tip from Mr. Clean.
Oh, it already started.
We're going to break a rule. We're breaking one of the rules of Numberphile. We're talking about something that isn't a number. We're going to talk about infinity. So, infinity. Now, like I said, infinity is not a number, right? It's an idea, it's a concept. It's the idea of being endless, of going on forever. I think everyone's familiar with the idea of infinity, even kids. You start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you might be 5 years old, but already you're thinking, what's the biggest number I can think of? And you go, ooh, it's 20. You get a bit old and you go, maybe it's 1,000,000. It never ends, does it? Because you can keep adding 1. So that's the idea of infinity. The numbers go on forever. But I'm going to tell you one of the more surprising facts about infinity. There are different kinds of infinity. Some infinities are bigger than others. Let's have a look. The first type of infinity is called countable, and I don't like the name countable. And Brady gave me a little bit of a just there, because if you're talking about infinity, you can't count infinity, can you? Because it goes on forever. I think it's a terrible name. I prefer to call it listable. Can we list these numbers? All right, let's do the simple numbers. 1, 2, 3,
You're not going to do all of my jokes.
4. How long have we got?
10 minutes.
All right, 5, 6. So you can list the whole numbers. So this is called countable. Listable, I prefer. What about the integers? All the integers. That's all the negative numbers as well. So there's 0. Let's have that. But there's 1 and -1. There's 2 and -2. There's 3 and -3. Now, that is an infinity as well. And in some sense, it's twice as big, because there seems to be twice as many numbers. But it is infinity as well. They're both infinity, and they're both the same type of infinity. They both can be listed. Perhaps more surprisingly, the fractions can be listed as well. But you have to be a bit clever about this. Let's try and list the fractions. I'm going to write out a rectangle. 1 divided by 1. That's a fraction, that's allowed. Let's have 1 divided by 2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/7. Okay, that goes on. Let's do the next row and have 2 at the top. 2 over 1, 2 over
Oh my
2,
god, there's
2 over
infinite
3,
infinities.
2 over 4. Let's do the next one. 3 over 1, 3 over 2, 4 over 6, 4 over 7. Now it goes on, and we can keep going. So here I've made some sort of infinite rectangle array of fractions. Now, if I want to make a list like this, though,
Infinite is infinite.
if I went row by row, you're going to have a problem. If you go row by row, I'll go this, there's 1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 5th, 6th, 7th, and I'll keep going forever. And I'm never going to reach the second row. I can't list them, not that way. You can't list them that way. You'll never reach the second row. This is how you list them. Slightly more clever than that. You take the diagonal lines. Now, I can guarantee that every fraction will appear on one of those diagonal lines, and you list them diagonal by diagonal. So that's the first diagonal. Then you list the second diagonal. There it is. Then you list the third diagonal. Then you take the fourth diagonal and the fifth. So eventually you are going to list every fraction. Every fraction appears on a diagonal, and you're going to list them. Now, if you take all the numbers, right? So that's the whole number line. Let's try that. Look, I'm going to draw it. It's a continuous line of numbers. These are all your decimals. You've got 0 there in the middle, and you'll go 1 and 2 and 3, but it has a third. It will contain pi and e and all the irrational numbers as well. Can you list them? How do you list them? 0 to start with, and then 1, but hang on, we've missed a half. So we put in the half. Hang on, we've missed a quarter. We put in the quarter. We've missed 0.237. So how do you list the real numbers? It turns out you can't. And in fact, and rather remarkably, I can show you that we can't list them, even though we're talking about something so complicated as infinity.
Do it, man.
We'll need paper.
We need an infinite amount of paper here, I think.
It's a big topic. Imagine we could list all
Fucking
these
nerds.
decimals, right? We can't actually, but pretend we can. What would it look like? We'll start with all the 0 point decimals. Let's pick some decimals. 1, 2, 1, ... Let's pick the next one. Let's say the next one is 2, 2, 1. Next one, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 9. And let's take another one here. 0, 0, 1, 7, 6. Now I'm going to make a number. This is the number I'm going to make. I'm going to take the diagonals here. I'm going to take this number, and this number, and this number, and this number, and this number. Okay, and I am going to write that down. So what's that number I've made? It's 0.12101. Something, something, something. Now, this is my rule. I'm going to make a whole new number from that one. This is the number I'm going to make. If it has a 1, I'm going to change it to a 2. And if it has a 2 or anything else, I will change it to a 1. So let's try that. So I'm going to turn this into 0. So if it has a 1, I'm going to turn it into a 2. If it's anything else, I'm going to turn it into a 1. So that will be a 1. I'm going to change the 1 here into a 2. I'm going to change that one into a 1. I'm going to change that one into a 2. That was my rule. And I make something new. That does not appear on the list. That number is completely different from everything else on the list because it's not the first number, because it's different in the first place. It's not the second number, because it's different in the second place. It's not the third number, because it's different in the third place. It's not the fourth number, because it's different in the fourth place. It's not the fifth number, because it's different in the fifth place. You've made a number that's not on that list. And so you can't list all the decimals, in which case it is uncountable, it is unlistable, and that means it's a whole new type of infinity, a bigger type of infinity.
Surely we could, James, because all we've got to do is keep doing your game and making them and adding them to the list. And if we keep doing that, won't we get there eventually?
But you could then create another number that won't be on that list. So the guy who came up with this was a German mathematician called Cantor. Cantor lived round about the turn of the 20th century. He was ridiculed for this. For this idea that there are different types of infinity, he was called a charlatan. And he was called, it was nonsense, it was called. And poor old Cantor was treated really badly by his contemporaries, and he spent a lot of his later life in and out of mental institutions where he died in the end. Near the end of his life, it was recognized. It was true, it was recognized, and he had all the recognition that he deserved.
And now he's on Numberphile.
And now he's on Numberphile, the greatest accolade of all. George Cantor.
That was really cool. Thanks, Viva. I appreciate you showing us that video. All right, that was actually really awesome. I'm gonna subscribe to these guys. Well, maybe we'll watch some more eventually. Ooh, we learning. All right. I think we all are, Vivo. We're all on Twitch in some degree. I think at that point, if we're on Twitch in general, whether you're a streamer, whether you're a watcher, a chatter, think we're all we're at some degree nerds because we even know what Twitch is. You know what I'm saying? We're all a bunch of fucking nerds, man. Oh, too much. In some degree. Start this one song over because I was enjoying it. Not yet. I'm gonna play a little bit more Fortnite and hang out for a bit more. And then we'll squads. What the fuck? Why is it on squads? Anyways. Play a little bit more games and then we'll get this workout in. Oh yeah, but back to Gun. I don't remember if I finished explaining it or not. It's a really fun really fun old game. I want to say it was a PS2 game. That recently came out on Steam. And I got it for Bubba. Because we both played it as kids. And here we are. Gonna play it tomorrow. Gonna make a video out of it. It's gonna be fun. Bubba mentioned it yesterday a little bit, but like, it's so funny because both me and him grew up like watching shit and like watching playthroughs and stuff. What the fuck? Did he just pet me? Did my man just pet me? You lucky I can't tell who people are when they jump out of this fucking bitch. I'd be fucking coming for you like an assassin, motherfucker, alright? But yeah, it's just it's funny to we're doing the same thing as like the thing we grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? We're making playthroughs and putting them on YouTube, and it's like I remember watching that shit and just being like, just loving it. I love that kind of content, and so did Bubba, and so it's cool that we can make our own now. Is that a mistake? Not worth the chase. There's somebody above anyways. No! Okay. I'm not gonna do it again. Why is everybody patting me? What the fuck is this game? Pat my head like I'm a fucking animal or something. I don't appreciate it, alright? Oh, meant to do that. Fuck. Damn. That sucks. What? No, 15 HP. Poor K. Oh, I'm looking forward to shadow boxing. I feel good. I feel like moving real fast and throwing punches and shit. You ever see those videos of people singing and their dogs start howling and shit? I think those are funny. Oh, you know what I should do? I should play fucking... should I play... Wait, should I play duos? Should I play duos and do like random duos or something? That might be kind of funny. Yeah, I'll do it. I already made my mind up. Bill, accept. But if I do this, oh fuck. It'd be easier if I just play it on. I won't be able, oh, okay, maybe I just won't be able to talk too much if I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, it depends on the situation. That's funny. Have you seen those dogs that press buttons when they want something? Hello? Hey man, where are we going?
Does this seem dangerous to anyone else?
Oh. Oh. Help. Oh, dude, you could totally save me. I believe in you. Oh. Yeah, one more, buddy. All he has is shotguns. He's coming to get me. Trey! I believe, Trey. I fucking believe in you, dude. Alright, man. Oh, you died. What happened? Alright, GG's. Let's get a new one. Let's get a new person. I need someone that's gonna talk back to me. Wait, let me make sure that everybody can hear me and shit. Can everybody... all my shit's good? I'm just gonna keep going. I assume they should be able to hear me. I see the little mic symbol at the bottom of my thing. They should be able to hear me. I don't think I have anybody muted. I have to check. Oh. Music, voice chats, fine. Communication is key, that's what I'm saying. These fuckers better fucking talk to me. Hey, what's going on, man? Hello? Do you have a microphone? Not gonna lie, man. Oh. It says you're talking, but I can't hear you. Why you pat me on my head? Don't pat me on my head. Don't do it again. You did it again. I can't believe this. Damn, dude, I can't fucking hear you. No mas. What the fuck? What the fuck? Don't pat me on my head. Who's Mance? Alright, Mr. Dim Noodles, where are we going? Keep in mind I can't hear you, so you gotta put the ping, you gotta ping the thing where you wanna go. You gotta ping it. Nothing, huh? You making me pick? Well, guess what? We got no choice. We going to Steamy Stacks. What are you doing? Why are you so high up still? Hey, buddy. Oh my god. He checked out early. Why can't I hear him? I should be able to hear him. Voice indicator on. Default channel game. Game. Voice method. All that's on. Alright. Settings. Music's down. Voice chat is at 80. Subtitles. Voice chat's on. Open mic is on. Voice chat. Input is my microphone. Sure. Yup. And then voice chat. Oh, it's going to. Is it really going to my Yeti? Fuck, which one is it? I think it. Wait. I think it's this one. Maybe that's why. Fly, all the things I... Okay, maybe that's why I couldn't hear them. And I was yelling at him for no reason. Maybe I was yelling at him, it was my fault. But you know what? It was his fault. He left the game. Asshole. I'm just kidding. He's not an asshole. Probably just didn't like the fact that I couldn't hear him. Alright, let's try this again. Here's hoping. I think this will be a lot of fun. So, Yeah. I wonder if I could do this in SAR. No, there's no voice channel in SAR because there's typing. Hello? Hello? Oh, you jump. Alright. Okay, okay, okay. You got a mic? Mm-hmm. What is this chest? Oh, appreciate it. Okay. That. Mm-hmm. Undo it. Outside, outside. Knocked one. Reloading. Let's go, brother. Doesn't make it in here for you. Cool. Yeah, laugh on him. Yeah. Also, you can have that half pot, brother. Oh, you want me to have it? Oh. Broke shield. Knock. Where's our man's mans? Dead. Oh, one's dead. I don't know who this man's is. Oh, I gotta reload it. No. I think he's going to his buddy. Oh, no. Yes, sir, brother. Yeah, GG's, GG's. That guy was giving us the run. Go get his man's loot over here. What the fuck is that? Nope, not that. Nope, not that. Oh, finally a shotgun. Let's go. Get a car or something. Oh. Okay, we'll be real quick like. You take that half pot, brother. I'm gonna take my cabbages. Oh, I apologize. I should close that. Yep, I'm an asshole. Yep. Oh shit, that's... What the fuck is this? What am I hearing? Oh, those NPCs or something? Fuck off. Call me Trucker Steve. Get in the truck, brother. Fucking AI, man. Oh, there we go. That's the destination. Oh, fuck, I want one of these crystal things. Yeah. Oh shit, someone just got res. I don't know where the thing is though. Fuck. Oh, I'm just gonna come to you. This place confusing, Jesus. Oh shit, people. Right in front of us. Right here, Owen's right in front of us. They went in there. I'm gonna go tell them they suck. Oh, yeah, there's some scrapping going on here, Owens. Keep your eyes open. They're in this truck right here, Owens. Right there. Yeah, let's go tell them. Oh, I hear someone. Never mind. Oh, I fucked him. Oh no, behind me. Fuck. Stay alive, Shh, don't say anything. If you don't move, he don't see us. If you don't move, he won't see us. GG zones. Hey, we played to the best of our abilities, ladies and gentlemen. GG's all around. GG's to Owens. He tried his best. I tried my best. Oh, that was fun. We're gonna have to do that again. Oh, hopefully get some people with mics or figure out my mic thing. Let's figure out what's going on with that. Well, I can't hear people, but anyways. I hope everybody enjoyed the gaming portion of, or the gaming and working and talking and working and stuff, but now it's time for working out. We gotta work out. With that said, I will be right back. I gotta get my room ready, as well as put some different clothes on, and I will be right back. Luna both too. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay. All right, so switch to the musics. Close that music. Music.
If
Oops. Cool. All right, so that's good. Let me go there. That's good. Awesome. So today is cardio day. Cardio day. We're gonna do as usual. You gotta find things you love, and I love shadow boxing. It's probably one of my favorite ways to get my cardio in. Probably my most favorite way to get my cardio in. Next to like hitting pads or the bag or something like that. But if that's not an option, like during a pandemic or anything, or you want to do it on stream like I do, and you don't have the means, you make it work. And I like shadow boxing just as much. So that's gonna take up most of the workout's gonna go 30 minutes, 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, and that's after of course we warm up. We'll warm up the body a little bit, and then we'll go into the shadow boxing. And then after that, we will do some form of explosive workout, or just at least like an AMRAP, something of that nature. I typically just call it like a burnout. No matter what I do, I'm probably just burning out the last bit of like to the end of the workout. You know what I'm saying? So that will be that, and then we'll cool down and stretch. But yeah, that's what I got planned right now. So I hope everybody who's working out also enjoys their workout. And if you're not working out, I hope you enjoy hanging out with me while I do. Oh.
Feeling good. Feeling warm. Woo! Woo! Oh man. How we feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. But we're not done yet. Oh no. Ooh. Alright. I will be right back. I'm gonna go look at my equipment and see what I want to do for the burnout. All right, a little shaky. That's okay, Viva. I'm a little shaky right now too. All right, so I decided what I want to do for my workout, or for my burnout. So 3 burpees. Oh, sorry, it's an EMOM. So every minute on the minute, I'm gonna do 3 burpees, 3 jumping squats, and we'll do 5 mountain climbers on each side. So equivalent to 10. We'll do 10 mountain climbers, 5 on each side, every minute on the minute. 3 burpees, 3 jumping squats, and 5 mountain climbers on each side. I think that would be a good burnout. Yeah, I think that would be good. We'll see how that feels. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Hey, I did 10 burpees. I did a 10 burpee EMOM. Barely, but I did it. So I'm certainly not gonna do that right now. But I am super down to do this EMOM. So yep, 3 burpees, 3 squats, 3 burpees, 3 jumping squats, and then 5 mountain climbers on each side. All right, let's get it.
Woo! Whew.
I think we're good, AC, but I appreciate you. I don't really use supplements like that either. I don't really think my chat does either. There you go, Viva.
One more.
One more. That was fun. Oh, it's bright. I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and stretch it out. Catch my breath real quick. I feel you, Viva. All right. Woo, that felt good. During my fishing trip, I will Tessa. Do it, Viva. I believe in you. I feel so good. Hope you do too. Yeah, I'm sweaty. I'm super sweaty today. I guess I'm super sweaty most days at the end. But I appreciate everybody hanging out and working out with me. That's fucking awesome. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me in the beginning. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me through that fucking hiccup with my computer. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I'm gonna go ahead and send y'all over to Bubba's channel. But yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out, like I said. Raid him is what you mean? I'm way ahead of you. Yep. Raid 6UBB4. And yeah, I will catch. yes, Viva. I'll catch everybody. Probably Monday. Just scheduled Monday, but if I feel like it, Sunday. Sounds good. I hope everybody has a good weekend. I know I will recording and stuff. Don't forget to check our YouTube and finish up Outlast with us. Y'all have a good one.